OK, let's focus on transfers, shall we? Dharma Sheth is back alongside me. OK, let's rattle through some of these stories. Noni Madueke, what's the list on his future, Dharma?
This one is developing, David, because we were told that Arsenal would probably approach Chelsea after the FIFA Club World Cup. Well, it's accelerating because Arsenal are now in talks with Chelsea over a move for their forward Noni Madueke. Initial contact has been made between the two clubs. We expect those talks to develop. Madueke, significantly, is understood to be open to that move. Personal terms on a long-term contract, not expected to be an issue if a deal can be agreed, of course. So Arsenal now are pushing on with this deal for Noni Madueke. They are now in talks with Chelsea over the potential signing of the forward. OK, so how might that affect their potential pursuit of Eberechi Eze? Because we know that Arsenal fans are excited about that. Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, this is the question I've been asked since this news broke about Madueke. Our information is, at the moment, it's not going to have an impact. That could change, clearly, but Eberechi Eze remains a primary target for Arsenal in this transfer window. Internal discussions are continuing at Arsenal over what their next steps are going to be, because the deal to bring in Eberechi Eze would require the triggering of a release clause. His release clause is £60 million plus £8 million in performance-related add-ons, which in total is £68 million. So if they were to meet that release clause, they can speak to Eze if Eze wanted to speak to Arsenal. However, if they want to negotiate on that release clause, then they would have to ask Crystal Palace for permission to speak to Eberechi Eze. Now, when you negotiate a release clause, some people immediately think it would mean trying to lower that value. Sometimes it can mean actually paying more than the release clause in return for favourable payment terms. But that is for down the line. At the moment, he remains a priority target for Arsenal. OK, so Madueke, Eze, both great attacking threats, but neither of them an out-and-out striker, which is arguably what Arsenal need the most. So where are they at with that? Yeah, it's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It has been for the last 3 or 4 transfer windows. Are Arsenal going to sign a striker? Well, talks are continuing between Arsenal and Sporting over their striker, Victor Gyökeres. There is a gap in valuation that remains, with Sporting thought to want £69 million, including add-ons. Now, while the clubs, we think, aren't too far away from a compromise on an overall fee, it's thought that how much of that fee will be guaranteed up front is going to be key to getting this deal done. Arsenal are understood, though, to be encouraged and impressed by Gyökeres' desire to want to come to Arsenal. He has decided that that is where he sees his future career. 27 years old, his first taste of Premier League football, and he wants it to be at Arsenal. They have, though, Arsenal done due diligence on a number of other strikers, which you would expect, because if this deal cannot get done, because Sporting will dig their heels in, they will want the price that they feel is right for Victor Gyökeres, then they will move on to other targets. It has been a complex one, this one, because there was all this talk about gentlemen's agreements between Victor Gyökeres and the Sporting Lisbon president. And if Gyökeres stayed last season, which he did, he thought he could leave for less than £60 million. The Sporting Lisbon president was said that is not going to happen. Hence why they are looking for €70 million plus €10 million in add-on, which comes to around £69 million is what the asking price is. OK.